Everyone has the right to their own opinion, and I am voicing my voice of freedom for today. And I would just like to say what the Chinese Communist Party propaganda is up to on Western media. Now, ABC or Fox or the New York Times cannot go onto Chinese social media and put in their point of view. So it's a one-sided view. So on Twitter, for example, you would get pictures and videos like this. Then you would get these CCP Western lovers who live in China, work for state media, or do contracts with them occasionally and do articles like this. Now I know why the US is only willing to fight proxy wars. What an undisciplined motley crew. Then they would show a video like this. Now, in my kind of defense, I'm not American, so can you call this an unbiased view? Don't know. So surely this video of the American troops walking down the parade route or route, for example, was them just practicing. Because if you go to an American parade, it's going to look, well, like this. Then some other CCP lovers would do videos and showing pictures of this magnificent city in China, like this, and would say, oh, this would never happen in the United States of America. Well, let me show you a picture of Central Park in New York City. Then we would have some people like this guy. He's very prominent on YouTube and Twitter, a English ex-copper or cop or policeman or pig, whatever you want to say, who lives in China, has lived there for a zillion billion years, and he is like a mouthpiece for the CCP. He would claim not to be. He would say he doesn't work for state media, but he does do these reports for CGTN, which is Chinese state media. Let's see what he has to say.
George Orwell's 1984 was a warning on the dangers of communism, but the reality is, it was a prediction made by a British author who probably had no inkling at the time that the USA would become exactly what he was writing about.
So, China is good, slander the Americas. Then he would go on and say how wonderful the CCP is. First of all, he would talk about Mao, and then a little bit extra, he would talk about Xi Jinping and what Xi Jinping has done for the country. In a matter of fact, Xi Jinping has done, well, nothing. The golden period of China, of modern China, is from 1990 near enough until 2011, 2012, where people did love China. They were happy to be there. I'm doing a poll at the moment just for Chinese people related to, would you like democracy or would you like communism? At the moment, democracy is winning, but it's only for Chinese people who live in China. If you are, you can go and register your vote there. It's all Your name is not going to be called out. Put it like that. It's all, I've forgotten the word that I want to use. So you do get these people who live in China. They are Westerner and they just really hate Western media. They would read Global Times, for example, which is a state-run media outlet. In fact, all newspapers in China are state-owned.
Today, what both of them have done is created a form of governance. They've written speeches and policies, and they have been turned into successful books that every person in China either wants to read, as I did.
And he sort of gets his facts a little bit wrong. He would talk about South Vietnam and North Vietnam, where the Americans tried to help South Vietnam. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out, and North Vietnam won. South Vietnam did want democracy. North, run by the communists, didn't. So if you're going to do your facts, please get it right and do the whole truth. Don't just do part of the truth.
They didn't want democracy in order to bring them democracy. And one thing is certain.
So as you can see, it becomes a little bit annoying that on, you can say, American social media, you do have these people who do put down America. Now, Twitter allows this because it's freedom of speech. They can have their own opinion by all means, but it's not a fair stance. In other words, you can't put on a WeChat, for example, it's similar to Facebook, your point of view, which is something anti-Xi Jinping. It wouldn't be allowed. And so the propaganda is just like one-sided one way. And the thing is, it feels like they are winning, that more people are going, oh, America bad. So in recent days, the LA riots, yep, I know about them, and that's a bad thing. But if there was a protest, possibly in, let's say, Chongqing, the Chinese state media would try to suppress that. They don't want it to be known. And that is Chinese Communist Party. It's just awful. Thank you.